there, welcome to Tom Cruise Arts and Crafts. I'm your host. Let's get started. So today we're going to be making a coin portrait of Tom Cruise. So as everyone knows, coins, whether they be nickels or pennies, age over time. This is a 2017 really shiny penny. And this is a 1974 penny back from when TC was 12. That's, darkened and aged over the years. So what you can do with the difference in shades is make a portrait. This is a beautiful computer rendering of a penny portrait of Tom Cruise with light pennies and dark pennies. But what I actually want to make today, and I've never done this before, so I'll be doing this and filming it and sharing my experiences along with you along the way, is making a nickel kind of table portrait of Tom Cruise that I could make my coffee table or desk or anything like that. So this is a little origami model I made just so I could get a sense from it. But yeah, let's get started.
Step 1 is to get the bright pennies. If you go to your local bank and ask to withdraw pennies, they'll usually give you new and very, very shiny pennies. Here I go. Hey, I'm doing like this Cruise Arts and Crafts project. Can I just have like $10 of pennies?
$10 of pennies?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's what you are.
I've found that over the years, people can be very judgy about this hobby. So, if someone asks you what you're up to, make sure to be honest, but you can be brief as well. What's that?
What do you do with these pennies?
Like a Cruise Arts and Crafts project.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay.
Next step is to pick a picture of Tom Cruise and then convert that picture into a coin representation. I've actually written this Python script, which is a good job at looking at the lightness and darkness of a picture and converting it to a coin portrait mode. And if you go to this channel's GitHub page, you can actually download this script to make your own Tom Cruise coin portrait. So let's pick a picture of Tom Cruise, open up the picture folder on your computer. I actually know which picture I want here. I've pre-selected it. This photo right here, just a really nice photo of Tom. I like the way his smile looks. It's beautiful. And also the lightness and darkness are good for the coin aesthetic we're going for. So copy that picture into the coin project folder that you've downloaded from the GitHub. Then navigate to the terminal. First things first, navigate to the folder that you've just downloaded. Then run the Python script. There's a few parameters here. The first parameter is the name of the picture. In this case, I've chosen 9th best Tom Cruise smile.jpg. Then the width and height of the final portrait in inches, and then the coin we're using. And for this first run, we're going to use penny. And I'm going to run the script. It's generating right now. Should just take a second. And here's the final result of what we're looking like. This is what it's going to look like when we lay out the coins. And then if you open up the coin project folder and actually look at switch instructions, these will be useful too. This is just this instructions I made where essentially Y1, X1, you're going to start using light pennies. Then place the pennies left to right, and once you get the Y1, X13 being the first row in the 13th column, switch to dark pennies. And this is just the instructions that I'm going to print out and use when I actually lay out the pennies on this portrait. The next step is to find some dark pennies. I have a big penny jar I've been saving up for a while just for this project. The next step is to actually make the portrait. With all the work we've already done, this is as simple as following the instructions. I got a frame from Michael's craft store and started laying out the pennies one by one, row by row. This took me a while, so I put on one of my favorite Mission Impossible movies and even took a break in the middle when my feet got tired. It was really exciting to see Tom's face come to fruition penny by penny. The next step is to put the frame on top of the portrait. This is the final result. I'm really happy with it. The next step is to put the penny portrait on Craigslist. I asked for $100, which would be a really good return on investment on $14 worth of pennies used to make it. More importantly, it would be enough money to fund a nickel portrait of Tom Cruise. I finally got a couple responses and negotiated a sale with one man. Now this man didn't pay me $100, and he also wanted to smoke, so I was a bit unsure about his intentions. But I met him in a safe public place and exchanged a portrait with him.
Oh, Craigslist? Yep.
I was also nervous because he unexpectedly showed up on a longboard, and I was a bit skeptical that he could longboard while carrying such a large and heavy portrait of Tom Cruise. I watched him longboard off and he seemed to be handling it well, so hopefully the portrait is in good hands. Because I wasn't able to get $100 from the penny portrait, I decided to trade in some of the old pennies. I did this at a Coinstar machine and got about $45 worth for my pennies. This is actually more than I expected, so I went to Target and browsed their DVD section and saw a special edition of Risky Business on DVD for only $5. I decided to get 3 copies because it was such a deal. Next, I got $100 worth of nickels and an old coffee table. I generated the nickel layout with a script that we had made earlier and then started laying out the nickels one by one, row by row. You can go online and find a penny portrait of a lot of celebrities and historical figures, but nickel portraits are more rare and more valuable. That's why I think it is a very important step that we make a nickel portrait of Tom Cruise instead of just a penny portrait. Unlike the penny portrait, there's no reason to glue the nickels to the table. Instead, I decided to use an epoxy coating that will give the table a really glossy look. Simply mix the hardener and the glaze coat together as instructed and then pour onto the table. You'll have to use quite a bit, but it's well worth it. In the end, the table is very beautiful. Because this was the first time I ever used epoxy glaze coat, there were some imperfections on the side. If I were to do this again, I would take a bit more time to make sure it was a very smooth coat. But overall, the results were great. I'm really excited about this Tom Cruise coffee table. This Tom Cruise coffee table is probably my favorite piece of furniture in the whole house. I'm no expert at, even furniture making or this clear epoxy finish. It was my first time really doing anything of this scale, but it turned out great, very smooth, very kind of shiny, very professional. From a few steps back, this table just looks very beautiful and glorious, and I got my TV right behind where the camera is now, my couch here, and I can't wait to get started on a movie marathon with this beautiful piece of furniture. I'm very excited that we could take an idea like this and turn it into something so gorgeous. Hit the like button on this video. If you like this video, it will help more people find Tom Cruise Arts and Crafts. And hit subscribe, because I'll be posting Tom Cruise Arts and Crafts videos regularly, and you do not want to miss out. Thank you.